Good morning. Today we are going to learn about the geography lesson drainage. So already we completed one sessions. Then second part, that is the role of the rivers in the economy. Then role of rivers in the economy. You already studied the importance of lakes, river system, and what are the river system, what is the division of the river system, all we studied, yes or no? So in this part we have to learn about the role of rivers in the economy. So in the economic system, the rivers have important roles. Rivers has been of fundamental importance throughout the human history. So throughout the human history, rivers has an importance, a lot of importance. Example, most of the civilizations flourished in the river banks because the availability of water and the uses of water. Water from rivers is the best natural resource and it is essential for various human activities. So, the water is we are using for various human activities. Therefore, the water is useful to us. So, the people are attracted towards the river valleys and settled there, and a lot of civilization should be flourished. Okay, that is the reason. So, therefore, river banks have been attracted settlers from ancient times. From the ancient time itself, the river banks are attracted by the people. Okay. Then the people started civilization in the river banks. Then what they do? So the river banks, the people settled there, and the civilization were flourished in the ancient times. These settlements have now become big cities. So now these settlements have become a big cities. So the rivers are used for irrigation. Irrigation means agriculture purpose. We are using the rivers. Navigation means traveling through the water. And hydropower generation means generating electricity. We are using rivers. The river water we are depending upon for the generation of electricities. Then major agriculture are where people are living in the river banks only because of the availability of plenty of water. Then these rivers has been nowadays are polluting. These rivers are nowadays polluting. So how the and why and the river pollution started? The growing domestic, municipal, industrial and agriculture demand for water from rivers naturally affects the quality of water because of the growing population, growing use of domestic use, municipal use, and a lot of water should be used in the industrial and agriculture demand for water. It affects the quality of water. As a result, more and more water is being drained out of the rivers, reducing their volume. What is it mean by? So, as a result, more demand of water. What will happen? More and more water is being drained out of the rivers, reducing their volume. A lot of water we are taking for the activities or for taking for more industrial use. The water is drained by and the volume of the river is reducing. On the other hand, a heavy load of untreated sewage and industrial effluents, a lot of, see the picture, the industrial effluents, industrial waste should be dumped or pour in the water bodies like rivers, lakes and the seas. What will heavy load of under sewage sewage means dust or chemicals, industrial effluents, wastage should be emptied into the rivers, emitted into the river only. This affects not only the quality of water but also the self-cleansing capacity of the river. The river having the self-cleaning capacity is there in the river. This affects not only the quality of water. So the industrial effluent should be there pouring into the water means it affects not only the quality of water but also the self-cleansing capacity of the water. So they are emitting or pouring these waste in the water. The water should be polluting and water should be quality of water should be affecting. For example, given the adequate stream flow, the Ganga water is able to dilute and assimilate pollution loads with 20 km loads. If the Ganga river is fully 20 kilometers. Remember, Ganga river should be nowadays polluting. As much pollution is facing by Ganga river. This is the most longest and the largest river, but this is now polluting. But the increasing urbanization and industrialization do not allow it to happen when the pollution level of the many rivers have been rising. That means but the increasing urbanization means the most of the rivers should be, most of the places should be being to be construction work and the industrial works, villages should be, or the land should be, they are increasing the construction of buildings and other construction. Urbanization started, or civilizing, or they started to produce a lot of facilities, like in the where in the villages the people are started to convert the villages into the cities. What will happen? Urbanization, industrialization, they are starting, the people are starting a lot of industries in the villages. What will happen? Do not allow to happen the pollution level many rivers. This allowed, this increased the level of pollution in the rivers more and more. Concern our rising pollution in our rivers led to the launching of various action plans to clean the rivers. So what will happen? So most of the rivers was cleaned by polluted by the pouring of waste, or putting waste like plastics and other industrial waste. What will happen? More rivers should be polluted, and the aquatic system should be affected by the pollution of the river. Aquatic system means the inside the rivers a lot of animals and plants are there. So this will affect by their habitat also affected by due to these pollutions. So what will happen? So the government is taking some action plans concern of rising pollution in our rivers led to a launching of various action plans to clean the rivers. So what will happen? The government should be made a lot of action plans to cleaning the rivers. Have you heard about such an action plans? Anybody heard about this? So how does the health affected by the polluted water? So life of people without fresh water is very difficult. So it is very difficult for the people to, without fresh water we can't live. So that situation is there. So the government started a program for cleaning the rivers. So that purpose the government started a National River Conservation Plan, that is known as NRCP. It is an important one. National River Conservation Plan. National River Conservation Plan, NRCP. What is the purpose of this NRCP? Means the river cleaning program in the country was initiated with the launching of the Ganga Action Plan. GAP means Ganga Action Plan in 1985. The Ganga Action Plan was expanded to cover other rivers under this National River Conservation Plan in the year 1995. So in 1995 this National River Conservation Plan was started. So what is the objective of the National River Conservation Plan? Is to improve the water quality of the rivers, which are major water sources in the country. It is a chemically sponsored scheme being implemented by the central government jointly with the state government on a cost sharing basis. The scheme presently cover identified polluted stretches of the 39 major rivers and 185 known as spread over 20 states of the country. So in these states, what are all the water bodies are there, they have to clean, improve the water quality of the rivers, which are major water sources in the country, through the implementation of pollution abatement work. That means clearing the major source of water. River bodies are there, no? So that river bodies or water bodies are cleaning is known as water National River Conservation Plan. So nowadays the central government is using this plan, and GAP the Ganga Action Plan was also started. Now the half part of the river Ganga is cleaned by under this scheme. Under this program, most of the rivers of the states and the country should be cleaned by the central government. Okay, so National River Conservation Plan, NRCPs, you have to underline in your book. That is an important point. What is the objective of the in the river plan also you underline. So now we understand most of the role of the rivers in economy. That is one point. Role, what are the role of the river economy, and how the river pollution will started, and what are the methods, various measures adopted by the government to remove this pollution. Okay, understand this much only the portion. We will see in the next class. That time I will took another one lesson. Okay, thank you.